Okay, so there's this whole thing about these thumbnails going around with like non-black men saying about how suddenly they prefer black women over Latino women or other minority women. So I wanted to comment on that because like I really don't see why this should be a whole thing now, like now of all times. And I got many reasons for this. Like, black women have literally been the absolute bottom of the social ladder since the dawn of time. They've been the demographic that gives the most and receives the least. Literally at the very bottom of the whole, like, desirability politics thing. Like, because you know how it is. White men at the top, make your way down the ladder, and then if you're black and female, you're at the bottom. Like we've literally known this since the dawn of time, since the beginning of time. It's been reinforced socially, politically, mentally, emotionally, blah blah blah. You get it. So when I saw these thumbnails, I was like, bro, like, why now? Why now? Like, I really want to know, is it because of like something on Love Island, that Nicole Landria thing? Is it because like some white celebrity pick a black woman and all of a sudden like why? Like this has been happening, bro. Interracial marriages are not new. But I'm just like, this seems like some kind of a, I don't trust it. Anyway, first of all, things being performative. Number one, why would you even like someone just because of a trend? That's exactly what it is. It's a trend, just like women's body types. In the 2000s, you gotta be skinny, like, or you're gonna be super curvy, like Kim Kardashian with the teen waist, like, or you're gonna be thick, like whatever is in. Just like women's body parts are a trend, this too is a trend. Like you cannot tell me that people have been marginalized and pushed out, like every single circumstance ever, every single situation event ever, now suddenly must come back into the spotlight at some like random time and suddenly be desirable, suddenly be not invisible or not socially erased. Like it makes no sense. Me personally, I would not want somebody to suddenly give me attention because now it's like back in and it's popular. I literally saw this British girl's video. She was talking about her experience growing up black, and then she went to a white school, and she literally said, like, it was her and her white girlfriends, and she literally said, what was it? People would come up to her group, but they would always like ignore her, like treat her as if she was invisible. Then all of a sudden, when it became like cool to like black girls or whatever the black aesthetic was in, then all of a sudden people were interested in her and asking for her, and even her friends were shook. Like, what? They want you? They're paying attention to you? Like, be so for real. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and it's not that she was never gorgeous and talented, beautiful, all those things. Is that suddenly people chose to acknowledge her existence. Like, I'm being so serious right now. Again, it's not for lack of any like great qualities. It's just that people can pick and choose when to ignore you and then when to suddenly pay attention when meanwhile you didn't actually change a thing. So it's just like when you see the top 10, like the Netflix top 10 lineup, right? These are movies that are super popular, but they can also be really old movies. It can be like that Hotel Transylvania or something, which I watched a long time ago and I loved it, but I forgot about it. I watched it so many years ago. So when it came back on the top 10 list, it was like number 4 or something. Then I watched it again, right? It doesn't mean that the movie was always good. It was always a great movie. I just forgot about it. Now it come back around in popularity. Everybody's watching it again. So like it works the same way. We all hop on trends and stuff. If Netflix is telling you this movie is in top 10, of course now you're like just about 90 to 100% chance likely to watch it. I would have never watched that movie again if it wasn't in the top 10. That's the same thing now. It's not saying that the worth of the movie, I don't know, should I use worth or value here? It's saying that like the quality of the movie never changed. It's just that now all of a sudden, because it's been like promoted, now it's getting attention, but not for any change in quality. It's just change in perceived value, and that's what I'm trying to communicate. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the black woman demographic has always been beautiful, talented, like, got have people's back, all these kind of things. So I'm saying, like, why now would you choose to acknowledge this demographic after years that it's been a mess, right? So then I also saw like a thumbnail with a guy. He said about he prefers black women over Latina women, right? And I'm saying, you mind you, I'm saying this just from the thumbnail. I haven't watched the video. I do need to do my research, but I'm just saying like my first thoughts. My first thing is that he's not actually judging them as women or as people. He's judging them as representatives of a race. So if he says that he prefers black women over Latino women, it's not about women as a people. It's about whatever trait he is then assigning to that race. Whatever trait he is then assigning to black women as a race that he perceives as more desirable than something about Latino women or a trait that they somehow do not possess. So anyway, my point was that like that's not really a compliment. It's like it's not being seen as a person, but just as someone with a useful trait. And that's what it's been for centuries. Black woman is just a person to be used. Like a person to do all the work, cooking and cleaning, whatever it is, to hold up the relationship, to hold up the child all by yourself, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're preferred, like, you could be preferred, but if you're preferred just as a part of a larger group, it's not actually that a person is considering you as a person. They're just considering you as part of an entire demographic or an entire group of people. That's not a personal compliment, and it's not a compliment at all because it's comparative in the first place. I have an issue with these like comparative compliments or whatever you call it, comparative affirmation, comparative desirability, whatever you're gonna call it, right? Because for example, if you're a church person, you're gonna see the church people saying they're gonna start their service saying about how they're grateful that they're not in the hospital because somebody's in the hospital today. But me, I woke up in my bedroom, clothed and in my right mind. Great. That's true. But we do not need to compare you who's not in the hospital and then the person in the hospital, and then by that comparison then say you're grateful. You could just say, I'm grateful that I'm well enough right now to be in my own home. It's like two different things. And like it's really not as strong. The comparison is not as strong. I mean, the gratitude is not as strong when it's being made in comparison to something another person lacks or another person does not have. For example, if we made a really silly illustration, I could say, I am so grateful I have carrots because not everyone has carrots, right? You get it? I'm happy I have carrots because my neighbor over there has no carrots. Therefore, I'm rich in carrots. So thank you that I have carrots, right? Meanwhile, I probably don't even care about carrots. I'm just grateful in comparison, almost as if I'm better for having it over the other person who doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a sincere compliment to prefer one race over another. It's not a compliment to black women. It's not. First of all, you're being seen as a whole like race, like woman of that race, and not like a person. I get it. It's a generalization, but I'm just making my point here. It's not a compliment. When it's comparative like that, it's not a compliment. Okay. Next thing. Next thing. But so, I don't know how interracial dating works in this political climate because it would require, well, if you have a partner, so a black woman, and then a non-black man. Well, at least in this case, because we're talking about hetero couples. And that would require the non-black partner to protect and support the black partner when they experience racism, you know? And so it means a non-black partner will have to be able to protect and support them even though they themselves did not experience it and thus would not understand it. It's just not the same. I don't know how that works. People can educate me on that, but this political climate, I don't know. I don't know, because like it's the same people who's anti-immigrant. Bruh, like tell me you're gonna be anti-immigrant. You're gonna vote for people who are anti-immigration, but then you're also gonna go and date people who's the daughter of immigrants. I don't know. I'm just saying. Don't just hop on the train to hop on the train. Like, it could just be for clout. Like, oh, I married a black woman, therefore I'm woke or whatever, or therefore I can't be racist, or therefore I care about black women. Like, no, just because you have a black woman on your arm doesn't mean you care about black women as a whole. Does not mean you care about black society as a whole. We don't know if she's miserable. We don't know if she's being treated well. That just speaks of your treatment of one person. That does not represent your attitude towards an entire race or an entire demographic or group of people. And then, again, so about that story with the British girl, how I was saying, how like she was ignored in favor of her white friends growing up, right? And then all of a sudden, when it became cool, it became a trend to, the black aesthetics, like, anyway, it became a trend, it became popular and in to like black girls, right? Then they paid attention to her. So I'm saying it's the same thing. How do you not know these white men or these non-black men saying now all of a sudden out of thin air now they prefer black women? How do you know this is literally not the same people who as little boys in middle school, high school, college, who just ignored the black girls growing up? How do we know this is not the exact same people? It's easy. It's very easy to support someone behind a screen. It's not easy to support someone in real life when it actually matters. So if I see that treatment in real life, say like, as a whole, then great. I stand corrected. But right now, I'm very, very skeptical. And, as I should be. Oh my God. And don't get me started, bro. Actually, no, I'll stop there. No, I don't know. Some people, they're only gonna marry a minority woman because it gets them some kind of social credit. Like when people's like, oh my God, my grandfather is black. Or no, not grandfather. Great grandfather is black. Great grandfather is Native American. Now there's some this percent minority, and now that's their whole personality and stuff. Like, you don't get to claim things when they're convenient to you. The same way people want to dress up as black women or adopt the style of it, but you would never want to go through the experience of actually being a black woman in real life or being a minority woman in real life. Like, some people, I don't know, they want the benefits without the actual, I guess, cons that come with it. Very real cons that black people experience every day in daily life. I did have another thing to comment on, but I'm gonna leave it here. This looks like it's self-contained pretty well.